Hey, what's up guys, welcome to Lara Tips. In today's video we'll be looking at how to show the nearest shop whenever a user visits our website, and whenever a user searches for a shop, let's say, then we'll show them the nearest shop first and then we'll show the other shops. So whenever they visit our website, it will show them this. So this pop-up will be shown where it will ask for the location. And this asking of the location is only supported by HTTPS. So if your website is in HTTP, then it will not work. So your website must be HTTPS. Okay, after whenever user visits, then it will show this pop-up, and if we click on allow, then it will send AJAX request and it will show the list of all the shops and the distance. So here the distance are very large because I have seeded random data. The latitude and longitudes are random, so that's why it is showing so much longer distance. But in real world scenario, it will be very much less, and will show the distance in meters, and you can just convert this meter into any other thing that you want depending on the metric system that is used in your country. So guys, this happens whenever user visits a website. And let's say a user shops for AE like this, and let's say here enters search, then also you can see here guys, this everything with AE is shown and the nearest one is shown in the beginning. Also, let's say guys, so let's think of a scenario. Let's say let's go to the beginning state. Okay, so this one, and let's reload the page here. Now if a user clicks on block or clicks on this cross icon, then we'll show please allow the location access. This information will show, and whenever user comes here, you can see here, we can see here it is blocked over here. Now if we come here and user clicks on this access allow and done, and he again refreshes the page, then we can again see the list of all the shops. And if the location is granted already, then if we again come here and refresh the page, then it will not ask the location again, and it will directly show the list of shops. So I have already coded everything. I'll only guide you through the code, and I'll just add this project at the GitHub and add the link just below that like button. So this is in the dashboard route. So let's go to web.php first. So here this is the dashboard route, and this is looking here in the dashboard controller inside index method. So in the index method, so we are doing this a lot of things over here, but let me show. If the request is not AJAX, then we are just returning this dashboard view. So let us go to that. Okay, so by default, whenever a user visits our website, then they will be just sent to dashboard.blade.view here. Now we can see here guys, this is app.layout. So I have already installed this Laravel Breeze. So by default, this layout is defined by Laravel Breeze, and all this UI that is coming here, this is of Laravel Breeze. Okay, so this is app layout, and let me show you that app layout. And now look here guys, I have added this stack script at the bottom so that we can add code at the bottom, or any JavaScript at the bottom. And if you don't know about this, then I have already made a video about tips and tricks about Blade. Then you can watch that video over there regarding the stack. I'll just leave the link in the description or in the eye icon at the top right corner of the video. Okay, and we are using Vue.js and Axios. And here is the ID of the shops over here, and you can see here this is the form, and it contains this X input, and this is the input component, and this is the button component. Okay, and you can see that over here like this is the input and this is the button. That looks like this, and here guys we'll see here all these shops over here. So here it is showing the location error message that we saw. Whenever the user did not allow for the location, we'll show the message from here. And again, if these shops are being loaded, then we'll show loading, and if they are already loaded, then we'll just loop through the shops and then show the shop name and distance if the distance is present. So this is the view, and this is Axios that are being loaded, and they are pushed to the script. Whenever they are pushed, they will be added to the bottom of this HTML page. Okay, so now here we are just creating this view create tab. We are using Vue 3. Now here we have data methods mounted, and this mount, this shops ID. So this is here. Okay, the ID is shops over here. Now in data we have this shop name, this long is longitude, this lat is latitude. Okay, and shops is the list of shops. This loading whenever the shops is being fetched from the AJAX request, and this error message we have already discussed. And this longitude and latitude are the current longitude and latitude of the current user, and this request is shop name. And I don't think we need this here. Okay guys, because so before when I tried to do this example, then I was just doing reloading the page instead of sending the AJAX request, but I finally thought of sending AJAX request to fetch this SOPs. Okay, now whenever this component is mounted or this page is reloaded, it will call this location, okay, which is inside this methods. So here we can see here get locations, okay, and here we are passing a closure, and this closure will be executed whenever we'll get the current location. Whenever we get the current location, you can see here we have passed the closure here and we are executing that closure. Means whenever we get the location, so we can get the location of the current user like this, so latitude and longitude. So we'll get here like this longitude, latitude, and we'll assign them to our view data properties, and then we'll set the error to empty string. And let's say if the user blocks or does not allow the location access, then it will go here inside this, and we are sending please allow the location access, and we are assigning it to the location error messages. And suppose let's say if the browser does not support the geolocation, so we are not doing anything in that case for now, but what you can do is you can just show the SOPs list without any distance in, because we cannot calculate the distance if the user doesn't give us the latitude and longitude permission. Okay, so you can do that, but we haven't done anything in this case. Okay, so whenever get location is called and the user has granted the access of get location, we are calling this closure, executing this closure, which is this closure, and which means that we are fetching the SOPs. And if you go here, this is the code over here. So first of all, we are setting loading to true, and we are just sending get request to this same dashboard controller over here. Okay, so it means whenever there is AJAX request, it will not go here, it will go here. So here the parameters are the name of the SOP source, this one, whatever we type here, then longitude and latitude that we have accessed from the location. And if you get the response, then we are just assigning the SOPs, okay, that we have returned from here. So here in the response, we are returning the SOPs, and we are getting that SOPs and assigning to the SOPs here to this one. Okay, and when the request is success or failure, we are just marking the loading as false, because whenever there is success or error, we don't want to show the loading to the user. And these SOPs here, guys, we are looping through the SOPs and showing the SOP name and distance. Okay, so up to this is the JavaScript part. Now let's see how we have calculated the distance from user to the SOP in our Eloquent model. So let's go to the dashboard control, and guys, let me show you also. So here are the lots of SOPs that I have seeded. Yeah, so all the latitude and longitudes are just random. And if I show you here SOP factory like this, so you can see here I have just seeded using this Laravel factory and with using Faker. So that's why the distance were very, very large here, you can see. So now let's go to the controller. Now you can see here, guys, we are only selecting the ID and name first. Okay, SOP select ID and name. So we don't need to select ID also here, because we are not doing anything else here. Yeah, let's say we want to go and visit to this SOP inside here, then we can pass the ID, otherwise no need to pass the ID also. Okay, and we'll look at this a little bit later. So here, whenever there is a SOP name, okay, this name of the SOP that we have typed here and clicked on search, let's say here. Okay, so here you can see, so here let's say AE like this, and if I click on search, then you can see here, guys, it is sending the AJAX request, and in the headers we can see all the parameters, this SOP name, longitude and latitude. Okay, so here if there is SOP name, then we'll just query where like SOP name, then it will just get what we have typed here. Now to get the distance, so let's say if there is latitude and longitude present in the request, then only we are calculating the distance, otherwise we are not calculating. And we can calculate the distance by using this SQL query, and we are using here add select, which means that it will add this distance to this ID and name. So after ID and name, it will add this distance. Okay, and this method we can use from MySQL 5.7 and further. So if you are using less than that, then you will not be able to use this. Okay, and we have to do dbraw because this is not available in Laravel or Eloquent by default. So we are using dbraw, and this bracket open and this bracket closes over here. So we have to pass points over here. There are 2 points. Okay, the one should be the location of the user and other should be the location of the SOP. So this request long and lat. So first will be the longitude and second one will be the latitude. And I have here lang, guys, so it should not be lang, it should be lat like this. And this is the longitude and latitude of the user that we have passed from this request, and this longitude is the SOP longitude and SOP latitude. So here we have every SOP has latitude and longitude, so that will be passed over here, and this will get the distance between these 2 points, and we are getting that as distance and ordering by the distance in the ascending order, which means that if the distance between 2 points is smaller, then it will come in front. Okay, and we are only taking 9 in this case, or you can do just pagination or anything that you want, but in this simple example we are just taking the first 9 SOPs. Okay, but in actual case you will just do paginate. So we have calculated the distance and ordered by the distance in ascending order, and then we have returned over here. Yeah, now if I come here and search, now you can see here guys, you can see that nearest SOP is this one, and then the second nearest SOP is this, and we can see here. And guys, if I show you the response over here, you can see here the response. Like, let's see in the preview over here. So let me just increase a little bit more. So here we are getting these SOPs like this. So if we, because we have passed the SOP from here, so we are getting it like this. And if I just expand it, we are getting distance, ID and name. Okay, this ID and name is coming from here, and distance is coming from this one. Sorry, because we have added an extra select statement to this. Okay, whenever there is longitude and latitude present. So now if I again come here and show you in the dashboard, you can see here guys. So if I just close this, and you can see here guys, I am showing these numbers, all the numbers are separated by comma, and there is no dot here. And if I again show you here in the response, then you can see here we have dot. Yeah, after dot there are so many things, and we don't want to show the users all these things. So here in the Vue.js part or in the JavaScript part, we can do it like this. So here I am just parsing this distance into int. So I am just converting that distance into integer, the float into integer, and then we can call this toLocalString, and then it will automatically separate these numbers by comma. So that's it for this video guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll be leaving the link to this project just below that like button. I hope you enjoyed this one, and if you enjoyed this one, then please don't forget to hit that thumbs up button, and also hit subscribe button if you want to see more videos like this, and you can just click that bell icon if you want to get notified whenever I publish a new video. So that's it for this video guys. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye.